kind of jazzy, upbeaty, like kind of thing, and then I went.
You know what we need to do? No, Jared. Where did Jared go?
I
Where
just
did Jared
hit my
go?
head.
Jared just hit his head on what? You're not that tall. Good Lord, man.
Tell me, my dear man, my good sir.
Okay, let
Tell
me get
me.
this up and running real quick.
Yeah.
Explain to me how Pluto.
Explain to me.
Explain to me how Pluto is a planet.
Okay, so I went to a lecture with Dr. Alan Stern as a part of work.
Yes.
So I was working it, but I still, as I do when
should
I'm
check your
working
email.
these things, I still listen to it.
Which one?
Tomorrow.
And it was an incredible lecture because he talked in depth about the New Horizons mission, and it was probably the best lecture I've ever been to by anybody.
Nice.
So, and it was very entertaining. He was very funny, and he made a very strong case during the question and answer portion because somebody asked him, of course, what do you think of Pluto no longer being considered a planet? And he made the very good point that decision was made by astronomers, not planetary geologists. And he said that
I just got
astronomers
goosebumps.
shouldn't meddle in the interests of geologists. So, and I was like, that's a pretty good, that's a fair point. I really can't refute that, especially since, I'm a geology student. So,
Wait, now hang on. Then as a geology student, pure geology, ignore everything else, just as geology, is Pluto a planet? Because you have New Horizons, right? You got a lot of...
There's a lot of things.
It looks planetish to me. I'm just saying, it looks like it's got some
It
stuff
does look
going on there.
planetish. One of the things that I would say I would like is the next object that Pluto is going to encounter, a Kuiper Belt object. I would like to see that first before I officially consider myself converted. But I would call myself on the road to conversion. So, because I'm starting to get Alan Stern made a very...
You guys have no idea how much I'm enjoying this moment. This
Alan,
is
okay.
years in the waiting.
Yeah.
This
Wait, this Trucker
So-
17 1 says geologically, Ben, Pluto's a comet.
well, no.
No.
Yeah, well, it has a similar orbit to a comet, does it not?
No.
It doesn't?
No.
I thought orbits were...
Regardless of orbit, that really wouldn't have an impact on its geology. And from a geology standpoint, it has like mountains and the flat, like that big flat heart area. What's that called? Geology guy. What would that be called?
That would be called a plane.
Plane. Thanks.
A planatia.
I figured there'd be a better name for that, but all right.
Big flat area.
Flat area. That's its official name.
I just threw in the chat room a link to the lecture if you guys want to actually watch it because we did stream it. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that makes me super happy.
So.
Yeah,
But you're not converted yet.
I'm not fully converted yet.
Well, are you like on the scale of 0 being Pluto is not a planet and 100 is Pluto is definitely a planet? Where are you on that scale?
Say like 65 to 70.
So you're about banana.
So yeah.
65 to 70.
So Pluto. So Alan Stern also did make a very interesting thing, which is that he said that reclassification of planets is a thing that needs to happen, where we really need to rethink classification of planets. Because if you have something like Jupiter and Earth and Mercury and Pluto all in this same one category, that doesn't really work all that well. Because Jupiter is by far not the same type of object that Earth is.
Right.
So,
but it's not really an exoplanet either.
No.
So would we just classify them all as planets and then have subcategories there, or is that too broad still?
Kingdom, phylum, class,
It's very
order, family,
tough.
genus, species.
Wow.
Yeah. See, that would be a really good way of actually labeling things if
Yeah.
we could do something like that.
Like.
Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species.
Right.
They changed it, though, since I memorized it.
They did?
I think so, a little bit.
Oh, all right.
It's really sad.
All right, we need to do an open. Did you want to do this one?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's more involved than he had originally written, so I don't know. I don't know if
I like that.
that's-
Do you have your spacesuit with you? I mean, that's kind of a dumb question, I realize.
Yeah, it's with me all the time.
Yeah. So the question is, do we want to have you floating outside the window in the open?
Yes.
All right, go suit up.
All right.
We'll figure out how to incorporate that.
Suit up.
There's
Suit jumping.
There's a hole right over your head, right there in the big window.
Right.
Show me. Go to it on
There's-
camera.
No,
You call
right-
me bald?
Right here.
Oh. Right over my head. Oh yeah, there is. I think what we would do instead is possibly how many chairs? We have 3 chairs. I think we'd bring a 3rd chair out there and just do the cold open from out there.
Okay.
Right? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So let's do that.
Do we need to mic him?
No, not yet. If we do, whoever's in the middle will pull their microphone and give it to him. But I think we'll just. I like the idea of having.
You know,
all right,
Jared hasn't seen this yet. So you keep talking about this, and Jared has no idea what you're talking about.
about having him in a
About
spacesuit.
this, yes.
Oh, here. So this is a proposed cold open. It's a little too complicated though. Hold. Thank you.
Ah, too soon, man.
This is what happens when we're exhausted and do a show. We become slap happy.
Oh,
I hope you guys enjoyed it. because
Corksman
I-
is like, they should always do the sleep deprived.
Oh my! Was it good or bad? I can't tell.
Probably bad then.
Nice.
Right? So something like that, but that's too complex, right?
Yeah.
So it
Right.
needs to be more
I like it though.
So we'll all be out there. We'll have the 3 chairs. Coming up, your favorite story. I'll say my favorite story, and then Carrie Ann goes, yeah, something Carrie Ann can go. And did we have an interview booked this week?
Sure.
Oh, or instead of that, you could go. Come in, and Jared has an interview with the everyday astronaut. We should probably let him inside. Someone should probably open the airlock. Something like that. Anyone have a good line there?
Wasn't Tim supposed to be here?
Yeah,
Did-
but you're also named Tim, and that could get confusing.
Did anyone?
Say-
Wasn't the everyday astronaut supposed to be here? Wasn't Tim Dodd supposed to be here?
Yeah.
We've got Tim Dodd cleaning our windows.
Oh my god, if we had a squeegee.
Only
Do we have a squeegee?
No, not on site. I have one at home.
Can we give it? We should give him like a. Do we have something we can? Is that lame, guys? The cleaning the windows of the space station, especially since there are no windows there. You'll have to mime it.
I don't know, can he mime it?
I don't know.
There's the suit.
Wow, that is.
It's amazing how quickly he's able to do that now.
Well, he's done it like 8 million times.
No, I know. I'm a little amazed at how.
See, I really should have brought my flight suit to interview him in.
All right. So, that would have been awesome. That would have been hilarious.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes. Right? This is cheesy. This is super cheesy, but we are super cheesy. So.
You know he's gonna spray it through the window.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and so then your line will be, and Jared has an interview with the everyday astronaut once he's done cleaning the windows.
Sure.
Are we doing this out here or in there?
We're gonna
No,
do it
out here.
So we're gonna bring another chair out here, and then we're gonna have you clean. Yeah, we're gonna have Carrie Ann's line is gonna be something along the lines of, and Jared has an interview with the everyday astronaut
can
once
just sit
once
on
he's
this,
done
no?
cleaning our windows or something along those
I
lines.
mean,
Maybe
yeah,
once
it's not
we
gonna be
clean the windows,
seen.
we figure out how to
fine by
open
me.
the airlock.
And we figure out how to open the airlock. You catch that?
No.
Once he's done cleaning our windows, and we figure out how to open the airlock.
Sure.
Haven't had to do that before.
You just wanted to grab my butt.
I wish we had a harness system because everyone's going to be.
Do you need your gloves on?
Oh, you're going to sit on the thing?
Yeah, you think?
Lay apple box.
I'd be very down.
I mean, that makes us
Well, your
it.
thing isn't flipped down all the way either, so.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Wow, that's what
What's
she
going
said.
on?
I like it better closed. It's like you're dead already.
Don't
so
pass out.
Yeah, don't pass out.
he won't be able to hear you.
I don't know. That'd make for some good TV, so I'm not saying no to that.
Don't want it. Jeez.
Are we centered up on the screen? Yeah, we're pretty decent.
Yeah, centered off enough.
Dada disagreed.
It's okay, there's
Do I disagree? No.
Are we centered up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it happening right now?
No, not quite yet.
I think he thinks it.
We're just going to make him keep going.
Going.
It's
Keep going.
hilarious. Oh my god.
Just make him clean the entire thing.
I know.
Am I doing something wrong?
No, you're
No, you're fine.
You really cannot
Oh
hear
my
us.
God! Put your mask back down! chat room seems to love this, so
Okay.
I think we're good. All right,
All right, so who's
I'll
first? You
I'll
are?
do.
You're doing coming
yeah,
up.
Yeah,
your
I lost
favorite?
my rundown. Hang on.
Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah.
I'll say coming up. The Electron rocket arrives in New Zealand,
Okay.
and then you'll do yours.
Sorry. Gotta get back on there.
And what is
Yeah, I'll do mine.
Where am I most?
Anywhere.
I think it'd be fun if I just like.
That's what I was expecting to hear.
Yeah. Just make sure that you keep turning towards that light just a little bit.
There you go.
This is proving to be the best open
You
open.
were made for this moment.
Penultimate moment.
This is why
Everyday
the-
This is
astronaut.
the peak of your career.
This is it.
Man, I didn't realize you were that mean, Audrey. Dude,
Now you're discrediting your show.
it's like super low blow.
Oh, all right.
I wish you
we're
guys
good.
could hear
We're
it. My
good.
nose is amazing.
All right. Ready? Give him a. Here we go.
Okay.
You ready, Jared?
Yeah.
Coming up, the Electron rocket arrives in New Zealand.
The list of landing sites for a rover is narrowed.
And Jared has an interview with Tim. You know, as soon as he's done washing the windows, we should probably let him in, though, right?
I have no idea how to open the airlock.
Right. All right. Tomorrow begins right now.
Let's try that one more time.
I hate this thing.
He just said he hates this thing.
We need to
Oh,
do
you
one more
poor
take.
thing.
This
I'm
is going to be
so
number
sorry.
two. Number two. Number two. Ready? Here we go. Coming up, the Electron rocket arrives at its launch site in New Zealand.
Landing sites for the new Mars rover are narrowed.
All that and more. And Jared's got an interview with the everyday astronaut. You know, as soon as he's done cleaning the windows, does anyone know how to let him in?
I have no idea. Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now.
Oh, you opened your.
You opened it too soon.
What the what? What the what? You're not allowed air.
That was a good one, though.
That was good.
Except for Tim. So
It's
two
okay.
out of 10.
You know, I don't think we need to do the begins right now. Be like, I think we can end on the. Can we end on the?
I have no idea.
I have no idea how to open the airlock. Did he? And then did I have enough clearance after that before
Probably.
he opened his?
I think so.
All right, we'll do it one more time, but I think we can end there. I think that's a
Yeah.
more natural ending point.
And was more and more and more obvious.
Yeah, that's good. I like
Yes.
that. That works. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here's number three. Number
He's,
three.
he's almost ready. Okay.
Number three.
Locked in.
All right. Coming up, the
Sorry.
4. Coming up, the Electron rocket arrives at launch site. There, 5.
Tim!
5.
He can't hear.
Yeah, I know. Coming up, the Electron rocket arrives at its launch site in New Zealand.
Jesus Christ! Fucking hell! Sorry.
Sorry about that.
We heard After Dark.
It was
6.
an ever
Yeah, you
rare
guys
mess.
got a warning. There was a warning slate and then some stuttery music. 6.
Some stuttering music.
It was.
Coming up, the Electron rocket arrives at its launch site in New Zealand.
The new Mars rover finds its landing sites.
All that and more as Jared's got a great interview with the everyday astronaut. You know, as soon as he's done cleaning the windows, does anyone know how to open the airlock?
I have no idea.
Oh.
All right, I think we're good.
Okay.
That works, right? All right.
Hi.
All right, now what I'd like is to have Tim do, the everyday astronaut needs to do some interpretive dance.
Is that not what that was?
That was pretty close.
Finally get it.
Yes.
You really.
We probably should have warned him that sometimes these opens take a lot of time.
Take 26!
All I hear is
by the way,
is house
why do we-
barely breathing? So it's just like more like.
Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's great that everyone slipped up on each take. Too. It wasn't somebody the same time.
Oh yeah, that's how they normally go.
Gods, you have no idea.
Including me.
Woo.
What was that, guys? Like in the middle.
Oh, did I do it too soon?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all part of the pain.
See, maybe this is a decent comments. Do you guys like this for comments? We have to wait 20 seconds.
I know.
But I mean, we need like.
Because the live audience is like, why are you asking us? We're not always here.
Right. So, right there we go. All right. Such and such a comment. Something. Do it from out here. Do it from the observation deck.
1701 likes it.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I feel like this is better. This is better than the.
You look more comfortable. Lisa.
I will
Yeah.
feel more comfortable. It's nicer to sit than it is to stand for like 3 hours.
I
Oh,
might,
you know why? Because we have to figure out Space Mike's
They
thing.
said yes if Mike is not there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I might need a chair.
Ooh.
Yeah, here.
No. I meant like if we're gonna do this for comments.
Yes, if you're doing it for comments, yes.
Cat's like, I freaking offered that to you.
Here, have a chair. I'll give you
No.
the apple box.
I don't mean right now. I just
Oh,
mean like
okay.
if we're gonna do this for 20 minutes, I am not sitting on this thing that
Yeah,
whole time.
until we get the comment set built, which is I'm looking at its raw wood sitting right over there.
That's what she said. Chris Radcliffe said that I might need to bring the camera in a little bit. You seem kind of far back.
Scooch forward toward the cameras.
I don't know that we want to scooch towards the.
This lens has this funny thing called a zoom.
Zoom. I believe it's a hard O. Zoom.
Zoom.
It's a zoom.
Yes, yeah.
You say hard O?
Yeah.
Said no one ever? What is that about?
It's a hard O.
Zom.
I'm happy to say that I hit the focus button and it focused on your boobs. And they were too far out, and so you were out of focus.
Not that big.
It's like a backwards compliment.
Is that better? That's halfway deep. Okay, that's a little too.
Your
in our
boobs are
face.
so big, we couldn't get the focus right.
A little too in your face. I feel like more like that maybe. It's all right. It's all right. I was doing it.
Tars, somebody put the acronym in the chat room, would you please?
Boobs?
Yeah, we have that acronym.
Oh, the buoyant.
Yeah, buoyant
Isn't it
chicks
the
of
boobs?
space or something like that?
Pan. It's tilt up, not pan up. You pan left and right. Get it right, people.
Good Lord.
God, we have enough hero room. Jared, where's the top of your head? Put your head. Put your hand on the.
Oh my God, we are so tired. Where's the top of your head? Right here. Did you seriously answer like that?
Has moved into the realm of God's here.
Boy.
Like, as opposed to, like, where else would it be?
Look, I was here till 1 in the morning. What am I gonna do? Okay.
Should we bring the everyday astronaut back on? Did anyone have questions we didn't get to? Mostly because.
Jared's chat room took a shat.
Yeah, it took a poop.
Yeah, there's a handful of questions.
Children's book?
Someday still, do I come out there?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Here, you sit here.
Chair?
Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, no, you're
Give it
gonna mute me. Thank you.
I have room for you.
There you go.
Put your hands on Carrie.
No, the whole time.
Where's the top of your head?
While talking. Hey, where's the top of your head?
Mine is right here.
Just put that somewhere. If you can manage it.
Mine's in the clouds.
Just sit on the floor in front of Carrie Ann.
If I can
Oi.
manage it. That was actually good.
Shoulder rubs.
No, that's not what's going on right
That is the
now.
most ferocious typing. That's like in a movie typing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I type really
He's
fast.
currently hacking into something.
yeah.
I'm in. Pluto destroyed.
Let's see. Eeyore3061 said the young school kids reaction video you did was great.
Oh, good. I need to make it betterer.
Yeah.
The camera that was supposed to show the reactions was not working. And I really want to get those
Gotcha.
kids' reactions. So
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know what we're talking about,
Right.
I recently spoke at an elementary school, showed that video of the SpaceX little collaborate or little whatever video, and it was 450 elementary school kids. It was amazing. You could hear them, oh, like, it was so cool. Like, it was really cool.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Have you considered making your own spacesuits like Adam Savage does? They have a quick donning pressure suits for F-22 test pilots. Thanks for deleting something in the middle of me reading it. Go on.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Good God, it was like, where did it go?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
The person that makes Adam Savage's suit, Ryan Nagata.
Yes.
I have talked to him about making a suit, but that costs money. Mine was $300.
Well, make it a Patreon level. That's what we do with all of our crap.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
We have a level that's
Like-
like $500,000 per episode.
Too expensive?
We'll go to the
Patreon
moon.
level, no
Right, yeah,
problem.
like you get like a free
great.
flight to space for
Yeah.
one person per
It's fantastic.
month or something.
And they just keep giving us money. It's the weirdest thing.
So I'll set ridiculous standards, like
Yeah.
17 million, and I'll
Right.
then buy myself a candy bar. Or is that how that works? I might be backwards at this.
Might be. Okay, moving on.
I need to work on that. I'll get your guys' help on it.
Minnie Stones asks, why do you choose to target elementary, middle, and high school? Do you think they are the easiest audience or easily inspired?
I would say easily influenceable. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's that age where you are.
You get them young.
Yeah, you get them like to not discredit, especially the STEM fields and or art. Like
Yeah.
you get them to care about something potentially. Beyond video games, or sports or whatever too. Like add something to that.
Right.
Another end goal so that when those things fade in life, then they still have. Yeah, I think that. But I mean, I'm not just doing that. I am speaking at colleges. I am speaking at. Just public venues and events and companies and stuff like that.
Just run around randomly screaming at people?
Yeah. It's not why elementary. It's just that's currently what the most recent thing that I've booked was that, and I'm just working on booking more and more and more. So
Yeah.
And it's funny because I went from speaking at an elementary school on Monday to speaking at SpaceX on Thursday.
Yeah.
So the audience change was hilarious because I remember I accidentally swore like within 2 minutes at SpaceX, and I was like,
Oh, right.
I was like, is that okay? Like sorry, I'm so used to speaking to kids, and then from then on, I accidentally I just turned the,
You accidentally swore multiple times.
Yeah, then from then on, it was all these accidents. No, Warren gave me 2 thumbs up, and I
That's
unfiltered.
so funny. I love it.
2 fingers up.
All right,
Maybe
we
you
are
misread that one a
unfiltered.
little bit.
Filters
That's
off.
hilarious. Minnie Stoge also asks, how do you communicate that space is relevant to everyday life?
So especially with kids, I love the story of Hubble.
Yeah.
How, Hubble initially was put into service, mismanufactured.
I have to say really quickly before you get into this, that is not the answer I was expecting you to say. I was like, Hubble? Why?
I like to use real life
please
examples of
explain.
how space technology and how things that happen because of our efforts of trying to live and work and explore space, how that happens to affect everyone. And so the mammography, the example of Hubble, and then using, they had to, as it was up there as like a floating trash can for the first 2 years or whatever,
Right.
because the primary mirror is mismanufactured, they developed some really cool algorithms that allowed them to kind of clear up the images and still do science while I was up there initially.
Right.
And then, other scientists saw that published work and said, hey, that kind of looks like the blurry images of a mammography. And next thing you know, you have early breast cancer detection that goes up tenfold or whatever, and saving thousands of lives. I think that's the thing that I like to use examples like that, or even water purification, things that is a thing that we're using in space that can work in the most remote and most impoverished places to help them get out of their situations.
Totally. I like it.
As Smash mentions, if we didn't have space, where would we get our epic desktop wallpapers from?
Yeah, where would we get our epic desktop wallpapers from? That's hilarious.
That's why. That's the only reason why.
Neuropilot asks, did you make model planes or model rockets as a kid?
Yeah, I did. Yep. I loved the B-17G Flying Fortress. That was the one that everyone sticks to something.
Yeah.
For me, it was the B-17G Flying Fortress, and I would build that. I had models of that just like crazy. I used to make paper rockets, when I was a really little kid. It's funny. It went like this, rockets, cars, airplanes. That was I loved rockets, then I loved cars, and then I loved airplanes, junior high and late elementary, and then it went backwards.
Yeah.
Then I got back into cars really heavily, and motorcycles, and now rockets again. So it's just on this little
Nice.
parabola, and it's
I like it. Citizen Big Number, it's really more a comment than a question. It says, I'm super psyched that Tim Dodd has decided to do Everyday Astronaut full time. I am too. So
Yeah.
there's that. Because this is technically, without you physically being here, the third time that you've been on the show. Because one of your first installments we covered back in the day. And I was like, not only are there more pretty pictures, I'm like, but this guy's from Iowa, and I think that's super awesome because we have Minnesota roots. Yeah, Ben didn't care, but that's because he sucks. But that's okay. Let's see.
Corn. I'm just describing what you see when you drive through Iowa.
Anomaly says, what kind of questions do the little kids ask?
I would say whatever word they use instead of kids is probably the type of questions those little kids ask.
Oh yeah, children
which
are
is-
like super fascinated with bodily functions.
And well, my favorite thing is like no matter how obviously I make it that I'm not an astronaut,
Right.
the first most pressing question is, have you been to the moon? And it's like,
Have you?
you're just like, you little shit.
You should be like, have you?
Read a history book, you kindergartner.
Like I've been at that cafe too. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's always like I'd say that no matter what, I'll get. Are you an astronaut? You know,
Yeah.
how many times have you been to space? Or,
Right.
But the ones that are actually harder for me to answer are the really specific, like how hot is the moon? You know, like how cold is the moon, or how cold is space? You know, and like
Right.
these really specific answers that I'm still trying to kind of catalog and try to remember so I can actually shoot back a straight answer. Like, well,
Yeah.
the dark side of the moon, you know, or shadow
Yeah.
side of the moon, blah blah blah. You know, 240, what you know.
Right.
Yeah. So I'd say those are the ones that are hardest to answer because those are the ones kids come up with some really very specific thing and they want an answer to that one thing, not like a general like philosophy or something.
Right.
You know, it's a very like, yeah, how tall is this? And you're like, yeah,
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
it is fun.
Other.
So, do you believe in aliens?
Uh,
Right, going back earlier, you know, the conspiracy theorists.
Do you believe in aliens?
Well, of course, I believe in life outside, you know, existing elsewhere, potentially everywhere in the universe, basically. Do I believe that they fly around buzzing our planet in
Like currently?
saucers like every 7 days to some guy in Missouri?
Right.
Like, probably not. You know, we need this, the whole great claims require great evidence, you know, and blurry footage from a cell phone. Like, we have cameras everywhere. If there's
Yeah.
UFOs, like actually just kind of doing things and taking cows or whatever they're doing, then we will ease, like that'll just be like a normal like thing. Oh, hey, you know, like, but instead it's this really crappy, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I don't think they're just gonna like buzz around and steal a guy and then leave or something. Like, it's gonna be like a big, like either they're gonna kill us or they're going to hang out and like meet everyone.
Yeah.
They aren't just gonna,
Photo op?
Take me to your
what was
leader.
that?
Photo op?
A nice photo op, they'll go to the Grand Canyon, get a selfie. They'll stand in line though, they're polite aliens.
I have a new photo series for you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God, the guy that visits Earth. Yeah, I'd say that's what I believe. I don't, you know, I mean, I love the ideas like, oh, they're underwater. Like, if they're underwater, like we're gonna see them all the time. Well, unless actually there's still a lot of crap under the water we
That's
know
true.
nothing about. So maybe they are under the water. Dang it, I'm wrong.
Sure. We'll say this.
Neuropilot asks, do you believe that most UFO reports are classified prototypes flying around?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the anomalies are things that are explainable. You just don't know the sort. Unidentified flying object is the perfect description of those things
That's
because
precisely what it is.
that
Because you
literally
don't know
is
what
what
it
is.
is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and oftentimes, you know, like the one that everyone saw in Norway a few years ago is the jettison, like
that spirally
the spirally
thing that
thing
was
that
really cool?
everyone thought was like an alien tech was, you know, that a ballistic missile or whatever it was. It was a launch of some kind that had some gas and that got lit up because it was still, you know, just high enough that it was still getting sunlight and made this big, huge thing across the whole sky and everyone thought they were going to die.
Right.
Well, if you didn't know what that was and you had no explanation, the only explanation is an unidentified flying object, you know? And yeah, I just think we need to be clear in our classifications of things.
Lure.
Well, wait, if we have to be clear in our classification of things, is Pluto a planet?
Kingdom, Island, class, order, family, genus, species. What rocket engine is on your shirt?
The F1.
Okay.
But what's funny is,
Only rocket engine.
yeah, I mean, there are no others, right?
There's that one.
There's this, and then they scale it down. forever and ever until
Oh.
it's a thruster.
All the rest of them fit inside it. So
What did he say?
He says all the rest of them fit inside it. I don't, really? You
true,
can
though.
hear him? I don't even have my earpiece and I could hear him.
I just heard time.
Okay.
Oh, maybe you can hear mine.
No, I just,
Yeah.
I have really good hearing. It's weird. Sorry.
I do want to say though, the shirt said it did try saying that it was a J2, and I don't think it is.
No.
That's not a J2.
Like a J2X?
Like the second stage engine.
Yeah, no, that's an F1.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, it's
yeah.
an F1. The shirt tag was J2, and I'm like,
Well, you know.
Nah, nice try. Nice try,
Shirt
shirt company.
companies.
So
Actually,
it's
it was,
got the big old gas generator on
Seriously though, everyday astronaut T-shirts. Why is that not
it
a
is
thing?
a thing. They're in my store.
Why didn't you buy me one?
Well, they're print on demand.
Fine. Also,
I'm
everyday
working
astronaut
on.
hoodies. We discussed this.
Yes, I need the.
Because then you could put the helmet
I
on
know.
without
I'm
putting the
working
helmet on,
on.
and it would be awesome.
I'm working on so many things, but one of the big things. This is the
no,
thing.
this is the priority here.
But this is the thing.
What did I just
The
say
thing
to you? Yes.
Is that a lot of the stuff that I would want to do is not print on demand.
Yeah.
You know, and then it requires runs of things. And
Right.
as you know, runs of things end up as Tupperware in your garage.
This is why we
That's
don't
why
have
we don't have
T-shirts.
So that's why I don't have shirts. Exact same reason. You'll
Yeah.
end up ordering way too many, and then you're like, oh, but I can. If I order 200 more, I get. Then
Right.
you just have 200 more sitting around. Forget the price point. But I'm trying to
Sure.
figure out. That's why I'm doing print on demand, even though I'm not entirely satisfied. The shirts are awesome. Like,
Yeah.
But the problem is the washing instructions are very particular because they are like printed on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just throw them in with a normal wash, they will fall off in about 5 washes.
No.
So you got to be careful. Like you have to wash them inside out and use like low heat for because the heat will.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
So I mean, it's just stuff like that. Like I'm not entirely satisfied with that. I really wish. And there's no profit margin on. I'm making like
Yeah,
$1 a shirt or something
yeah.
because they're print on demand.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll figure that all out someday when there's more demand. I will increase.
I'm pretty sure Carrie Ann is demanding it. So
Maybe I'll do small runs of things, you know, and then not worry so much about the logistics and send it to a fulfillment center and just let them do it all.
Somebody at some point asked if you do or would sell signed prints.
Yeah, I think I would. It's just another step, but if someone wants a signed print, contact me because I can print them locally and have them still ship it out. I'll just to go intercept
Yeah.
the print at the company and sign it, and then they will still ship it out. I've actually done that before, but I'll probably have to charge a little bit more for that because it's more expensive to do that anyway than
Yeah,
my
totes.
normal web store. Yeah,
Nice.
but we can make
well,
that
you're
happen.
famous, so you can charge a lot more, right?
I mean, I could probably get like, what's that ink worth?
Like tens of dollars.
Like 6 cents? Like, yes.
Yeah. If you lick it, it's worth more. I found out.
DNA, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean you found out?
Long time ago.
There's a story here, folks.
Yeah.
Glad you're in after hours. Things are getting juicy. Oh. What else?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Jared, you have other questions?
No,
Anything you
I
didn't get
asked
to?
all my questions.
Yeah. Good job.
You did a great job, especially considering his notes even were like disappearing in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt really
My
bad.
Surface took a poop today again
Yeah.
for the second show in a row.
We need to. What's it?
So
Yeah, it does not like him for some reason.
it's the connection in here for some reason. It
But
just
no
can't.
one else. Like you're fine on your Mac, right?
Yeah, I'm fine on my Mac,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what it is about the Surface. The Surface just was not connecting with the Wi-Fi in here, and I
With the
lost.
TVs and the Wi-Fi's.
Right.
I lost it all, man. The chat room went down. First, the chat room went down, and then I lost my show notes. So I was doing everything solo, like truly solo with my brain powers.
You did such a good job, though.
Thank you.
It's a good thing you radiated the cooling on your brain so it could be more
Yeah,
efficient.
I've got the fin to
Yeah.
help with the moving heat away. So
Benjamin, anything else? Yeah? Ben's done.
Get the hell
Ben's
out of my set.
okay.
You guys,
Wow.
you guys take a nap.
I want a nap.
Wait. Whose set?
My set.
My set.
My set.
My set. What time were you here last night painting it?
ooh,
There are two things I didn't paint in this room. There are two things I didn't paint. I painted everything else, but two things I didn't actually. So let me walk this way. Hang on. Hang on.
Actually,
No. In all seriousness. Oh crap! This hurts.
yeah, we can't see you because it's.
Alright, this one. Breaking the illusion.
Bringing the
I
illusion.
realize that nobody's going to see that unless Dutta actually goes
I know,
to
I
it.
know. So I did want to thank Jutta and Jared for staying here an obscene amount of time last night because you may not have known this way. I was like, I'll talk to the
The
camera.
one with the tally light,
It has a big red light on it, so I know which one's active, and I'm looking over
prefer to
here
look-
like this one.
where
I
you
just
can
wanna-
see yourself.
yeah, I just wanna watch
no,
mine.
I
Because I can
understand.
see myself over there,
Yeah.
but I can't. All right, so
I'm just staying over here.
So we have never shot this direction on the set before because we've never needed to. So the TV shot, we would never go to that. We just go. So these panels did not exist prior to yesterday for the most part. You had like
So
rough
people can see
forms,
me.
and they worked stupid number of hours to get those up and working because this shape, which we call Apollo, is how difficult is it to make, Dutta? If you were to give it a
7 metric buttload tons.
7, so like 18 bananas worth,
18 bananas.
or a
of
purple
difficulty.
rhinoceros.
Oh my God, Anomaly. That's terrible. That's a terrible idea.
47 statues of liberty.
I'm not going to talk about future sets because this set still isn't done,
Yes.
right? Because
Yep.
this set, what you guys don't know is that the center Star Trek view screen, I said that just to piss them off, actually has Apollo features that come out of it as well. They're sitting back there, I believe. So there's more that gets built up to give this a 3D feel. The Apollo features over here actually are incomplete. There's more that actually goes out over there. And then we're missing a lot of lights that light up the background. We're missing like 8 or 10 lights that will light up the background to actually make it not look like a giant thing in shadow. And then there's a stage that has to be built here, and then a bunch of other stuff. So we've got, and by we I mean Dutta has, most of the rest of the year of building this set. That timeline is based on trying to not kill him and hopefully giving him some time off and not working every single day.
And making sure that he's at the birth of his other child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean we can't.
I mean, whatever. He was at the first one.
Yeah.
Once one.
We can't-
They're all the same.
I think it's kind of the same. I just get numbed from the waist.
Hey, right, there you
So
go.
Jared and I helped a little bit, but ultimately Dutta spent a stupid amount of time doing
Yeah.
this, and I can't keep running him at that level. That's not fair to anyone. So I'm doing everything I can to back off from that and go, okay, well we're in a usable state now. So just a little bit each week, not like we need this now. So which is where we were for the last 4 months.
Yeah. We call them Apollo features because modulararts.com/blocks/designs.html, just in case anybody cares, has this shape that we found on their website, and they call it Apollo. It just happened to be. I actually fell in love with the shape and was like, this is so cool. And Ben's like, yeah, that is really cool. And I laughed wildly and was like, happens to also be called Apollo.
So
Except that it's half the size.
Like, what are the chances? But it has that, like, 50s, 60s vibe to it.
originally we were going to not build these shapes ourselves.
We were gonna
the
buy
original
the
design was
blocks.
we were going to buy the blocks and then put them up, and there wasn't going to be a Star Trek view screen.
But, like, see how cool that is?
There was going to be
Wait.
there was going to be just the blocks kind of in an arc, and then the planet behind it, and this was going to be our 10 forward.
Oh, Jesus
but the
Christ,
blocks
that's
are very, very heavy. They are a pain in the butt to install, and they are very expensive.
Wow.
And they're small.
And they're small. Well,
Yeah,
they're
they're
small.
much smaller than this.
They're
the
half
shape-
the they're
the
half
shape
the
is-
size of mine.
Right. But they would still work. It just wouldn't look as good.
Right. But
So
it's-
Dutta said, "I can build that," and forever regretted those words. And I did enjoy. He has these CAD models, and he's got all of it figured out for the most part. I'm like, all right, but how do you build it? And he's like, I haven't figured that part out yet. So there was a lot.
So
of,
many times he said that. But you did figure it out. That's,
there
like,
was
the craziest part.
A lot of trial and error. It's a really good story of just like, well, we know generally the shape. If we try this, okay, well that does not work. That miserably failed.
That was terribly.
So just over and over, and like
Yeah.
tempers going up and back down, and then like excitement when it works, and then like dismay when you realize how much work that is.
Yeah.
A lot of that. But yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
In person too, right? This is
Yeah.
one of those. A lot of sets you go to, like especially like even like big like Star Trek sets or anything else, they look good on the screen. Then you go up in person, and you're like, ew, not so much. This one actually, with the exception of that and that, looks really good.
Wow.
Well, eventually it'll be 8K and you will see all those flaws. So you gotta prepare for it.
There is one thing that is not Dada's fault that I'm not going to point out because once I point it out, everyone will see it. I will point it out once the cameras are done or off. That drives me batshit bonkers. And I'm not entirely sure how to fix it, but oh my god, it drives me so crazy. I mean, it just really.
I don't know if I want to know.
I have to fix this. Yeah, I'll show you after.
All right. I don't know if I want to know.
You probably don't.
But the real question is, as great as this all is, when are the lasers coming in? That just.
So,
Right? The shark, we need the sharks so we can actually fit the lasers
when do
to
the star-
them.
when do the-
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when do the stars come?
Probably April or May.
The lasers come in April or May.
Yeah.
There's actually lasers coming.
We'll say yes.
Yeah, he's got a month to install them before this one comes.
Idea number 2. Giant aquarium that you can't tell is an aquarium. So fish are just swimming, but it looks like they're floating in space. And you dress the fish up like astronauts.
Dress the fish.
Gotcha. That should be easy.
We went to Starbucks this morning and legitimately there was like one of those tiny yippy dogs. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it was dressed from like neck to tail, like all the way down each one of the legs, dressed like a tiny human-ish looking thing.
Yeah.
It was like a red and black checkered, almost like lumberjack shirt.
Oh dear God.
And then khakis. But
So you're saying there's hope for the fish?
But I thought it was I thought this woman
space
got out
fish.
of the car and left her tiny child in the car until I realized that those were like ears and not hair.
Oh,
Like it
God.
flipped me out for a second. It
That's weird.
was
All
very
right.
strange.
We're done. Dada, hit the buttons, go to black. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
See ya.